My best friend slept with my fiancé behind my back, so I made sure she lost her dream wedding. I had a best friend, Maya, who I thought was my ride or die. We met in college, bonded instantly, and did almost everything together. People used to call us sisters who weren't related. I thought I could trust her with anything, but looking back, I should have seen the signs that she wasn't really a friend, more like someone who enjoyed standing on my shoulders to feel taller. For example, when I first started dating my fiancé, Adam, she would say things like, "Wow, he must be desperate if he's into you," then laugh it off like I was too sensitive. If I dressed up for a date, she'd roll her eyes and mutter, "Trying too hard, aren't we?" Anytime I was happy, she had to cut me down. Once, Adam surprised me with flowers at work, and I posted a picture online. Maya commented, "Who knew a man could settle for plain vanilla?" When I confronted her privately, she gaslit me with, "God, relax, you know I joke. If you can't handle my humor, maybe you're insecure." I let it go because she was my best friend, or so I thought. The cracks deepened when Adam and I got engaged. The night I showed her the ring, she stared at it for a second too long before forcing a smile. Her response wasn't, "I'm so happy for you," but, he could have done better. I laughed awkwardly, but it stung. Later, she kept slipping in little remarks. "Don't stress too much about fitting into your dress. Adam doesn't seem picky," or "Hope he doesn't get cold feet," always with that fake smile. I brushed it off because planning a wedding is stressful, and I figured maybe she was jealous of the attention. But things got stranger. She volunteered to help with wedding prep, almost too eagerly. She insisted on accompanying me to vendor appointments, pushed herself into decisions that weren't hers, and even argued with me over the cake flavor. When I said I didn't want roses as centerpieces, she snapped, "Well, if you want your wedding to look cheap, go ahead." It was my wedding, but somehow she acted like it was hers. Then, one night, about 3 months before the wedding, I noticed Adam was acting distant. He was glued to his phone, sneaking off to take calls, and suddenly picking fights with me over nothing. My gut told me something was wrong. A week later, when he went out with the guys, I got a sinking feeling and drove to his place. His car wasn't there. Long story short, I caught him and Maya together, in his apartment, on his couch, my best friend and my fiancé. When they saw me, they didn't even look ashamed. Adam stammered, "It just happened. It didn't mean anything." Maya smirked and said, "Well, at least you found out before the wedding. Be grateful I saved you the embarrassment." That line is seared into my memory. She acted like sleeping with my fiancé was some kind of favor. I left shaking, humiliated, and heartbroken. She has a boyfriend, but I know that if I immediately told him, Maya would spin it and make me look like the jealous liar. She's done that a lot of times. But after a few days of crying, I got angry. Very, very angry. See, Maya had been planning her own wedding for years with her boyfriend Lucas. Her dream venue? A historic vineyard that was nearly impossible to book. She bragged about it constantly, saying, "No one I know could ever pull this off, except me." When I called off my engagement, I still had my wedding fund sitting untouched, money I had saved for years. And since I was done with Adam, I figured why not use some of that money creatively? Through a few connections, I found out the vineyard had one last prime weekend slot open. Maya had been on the waiting list, hoping it would be hers. I swooped in, paid the deposit in full, and booked it, under my name. Not for a wedding, but for a huge charity gala I knew the owner would approve of. I actually donated part of my fund to a local shelter, so it wasn't wasted. When Maya called the venue to confirm her spot, she was told the date had been taken. By me. She went ballistic. She showed up at my house screaming that I was ruining her life and that I was vindictive. She had the audacity to yell, "What I did with Adam wasn't personal, but this is." I laughed in her face. I told her, "You took my fiancé, I took your dream wedding. Fair trade." She tried to play victim, telling our mutual friends I had sabotaged her out of jealousy. But when I told them the truth, that she slept with my fiancé, the room went silent. One friend muttered, "Wow, you deserve that." Most of them stopped defending her after that. Meanwhile, her engagement crumbled. Lucas found out about her affair with Adam and dumped her.